Hi guys, my name's Debbie if you don't know me. Today's video is going to be a tag. Not done one of those for a long time and not really found one I wanted to film, to be honest, and then I saw this one come up. My friend Laura from Gold Star Work did it and also Kailee Wesley has done it, but it was created by Monica AP, so I'll link all their channels down in my description box. But it's the part-time YouTuber tag and that fits me down to a T, so I thought the questions were very apt. And if any of you are new to my channel and haven't seen my video about why I started my YouTube channel, then I think it might be interesting to share a little bit more about me via this tag. So that's why I wanted to do it. There's only 8 questions in this tag. You'll have to excuse me if I'm looking down. I haven't got my contact lenses in because I don't always wear them. I'm about to go to work and I wear my glasses quite often for work. So I'm going to be looking down at my phone to look at the questions. But question number 1 is, what is your main gig? Do you work full time? Are you a student, a parent? Spill the beans. So I work full time. I work from 8 till 4 Monday to Friday, and my work is about 15 minutes drive from my home, normal conditions, but at rush hour time it can take about an hour each way. So yeah, I'm out of the house generally from 7 until around 5 every day, and work Monday to Friday in an office job, and I've worked for my company for 35 years this year, which seems incredible to me. It's gone by in such a flash. Okay, number 2 is, what made you want to start YouTube? So I did cover this in my why did I start a YouTube channel video that I've already uploaded, and I will link that in the cards if you've not seen it. I did get a little bit emotional in that one because it meant a lot to me to start a channel. I've been a massive makeup collector for a number of years and used to collect all of the Urban Decay special editions. That's kind of what got me into makeup in the first place, was all those wonderful bright colours in their palettes that they don't seem to bring out so many of these days. But I've got lots of the historic palettes from them from the past, and I set myself a challenge to start a channel before I was 50. So I was 50 in the March, and it took me till pretty much the end of February. I'd spent a whole year kind of procrastinating, which is what I do, about whether I was going to start my channel or not. And my friend Annette's Makeup Corner, Annette shouted me out, and I'd commented on a few of her videos, we'd become friends, and she shouted at me out saying that I was starting my channel, which was so kind of her. And then I pretty much had to do it then. So I launched my channel with a video about my Urban Decay palette collection, pretty much so that I didn't have to talk on camera, because I thought that would be really cringy, and still is a little bit sometimes for me. Getting that comfort on camera is not an easy thing. So if you're sitting there thinking you want to start a channel, that is one of the hardest things for sure. Sitting there and just talking to yourself to a camera is not a natural, normal thing to do, I think, and it's a skill that you sort of get more comfortable with time. But I didn't want to appear in the first one very much, so it was just my hands and the palettes, and it was a perfect way to start. So I made 5 of those videos, and they are my most viewed to date. I think people love seeing people's eyeshadow palette collections, so that's why I started, really. And the reason I started, I suppose I haven't really answered the question because I do tend to ramble, sorry about that. But the reason I started was that there's not, or I didn't think there was, many people of my age doing colourful makeup on YouTube. I've since found there's quite a few of us, and we formed a little group called the Foxy 5, and I've done a couple of collabs with those ladies, Laura being one of those. And there are a few of us out there that do love colourful makeup, and I just want to champion that and show people, whatever their age, you know, I don't necessarily just want to attract subscribers that are my age. I want to attract people of all ages that want to play with colourful makeup, to be fearless and to just do it. It washes off at the end of the day. So I just wanted to share my passion for that and just be part of the community that I love, because I've been watching YouTube prior to being a channel myself for around about 3 years. So I just wanted to be a part of it, but didn't think I had the confidence to pull it off. But it's been a massive learning curve, and I'm so glad I did it. So number 3 then, what is your channel about? Do you stick to one niche or do you cover a few? Well, my channel is purely a beauty channel. That's what I do, makeup. And within that I do tutorials, I do kind of flashbacks to older products, trying to think what else I do. What else do? I do some tags occasionally like this, and collabs and challenges, makeup hauls. Haven't done a palette collection in a long time, so I probably will do that again soon. But just anything really makeup related, but I guess more on the tutorial side because I just can't chase all the new releases and keep up so much with that being in the UK. Okay, number 4. Did you always know YouTube would be a side gig, or do you ever want to be a full-time YouTuber? So it is a side gig for me. I'm obviously in full-time employment, as I say. I would love to do it full-time because I enjoy it more than anything else that I do, really. And the one thing that holds me back from making more videos, and I do put out probably 2 to 3 a week, or maybe even 3 to 4 depending how it goes. But the one thing that holds me back is just not having the time, or not necessarily always the time, but just the energy after work to film. So yeah, I would love to be able to do it full-time, not to make a career out of it, but just to do it because I love it. Just to spend more of my time doing it and less of my time working would be an absolute dream for me, because I don't see doing YouTube as work at all. So because I enjoy it so much, and I think that would be a wonderful thing to be able to do that. Right, number 5. What is your schedule like? When do you film? When do you edit? Oh, I don't have a schedule. I'm not a planner at all. So I guess I film in the mornings before work because then I can wear the makeup to work, and I feel like I don't want to put makeup on when I get home from work at say 5 o'clock and then take it off again at 8 o'clock. It just feels like a waste to do that. So I tend to get up at 5 in the morning so that I can do my makeup looks and get them filmed before work, but I wouldn't have enough time to edit then. Quite often I'm late for work, and luckily we're on flexi time, and if I get stuck in the traffic I can be an hour late, which then pushes me an hour late the other end of the day, and I could be later home. So sometimes I'll film that morning and then I'll edit that evening, and if that's the case I'll probably start editing at about 5 and finish at about 8, and then uploading seems to take about 2 hours with my Wi-Fi connection. So sometimes it's pretty much film, go to work, edit, upload, go to bed on the days that I do film. And I don't tend to film ahead, so I'll make a video on the day that it goes up, or maybe the day before it goes up. So I am always chasing my tail. I can't seem to get like videos made in advance. I don't know how people pre-film if they've got full-time jobs. Respect to those people, because I just can't. I also film at weekends as well, and that's a lot more relaxing to do, but then I always feel like I'm encroaching on the time that I should be spending with my husband, and it's not fair on him if I've locked myself away in my beauty room, which sometimes I have done. And if I do that, I can be in here for 7-8 hours and I'll film 2 or 3 videos back to back, and I'll edit all day. But he's recently changed his job so that he doesn't work shifts and he can be at home at the weekends. And then that coincided pretty much with me starting my channel and me wanting time at the weekends, which I would have had before. So it's a balance. I think that's the answer to this question. It's very difficult to find that balance, and to do it when you've got the time to do it and when you're inspired to do it as well. Sometimes on a weekend I just want that time to watch Netflix or go shopping with a friend, or I don't know, just do something else. And sometimes I'm ultra inspired and all I want to do is YouTube. So, but I tend to try and at least get up 3 videos a week if I can. Okay, number 6 then. How do you keep your YouTube channel organised? Do you plan videos ahead or just film what you feel like? So I don't think it is very organised. I don't have a plan. I would hate to think that, I don't know, on X day I need to get this video filmed, because that would put pressure on me. And I think when you're doing this part-time, it needs to be fun. That's what I'm doing it for, is for fun, to connect with other creators and make friends in this community, people that are like-minded and love makeup like I do. That's what I'm in it for. So I don't want to put that pressure on myself to say, right, by Tuesday I've got to have this video done, which is one reason why I don't like to do too many collabs, actually, because I do love doing collabs, don't get me wrong, and I love the people that I collab with, but when I know I've got a collab coming up, if I've had a really busy week at work and I haven't got it filmed and it's the day before, then I'm not only worrying about the stresses at work, I'm then worrying about the stresses of YouTube as well, and then that becomes not so much fun for me. So I'm trying not to put that kind of pressure on myself and to just film when I want to film, not when I don't, but still make a commitment to you guys to get videos out there so there's new content for you every week. Seems to be working okay. The only time it really falls down is when I go on holiday, because as I say, I can't really pre-film, and then there's a gap of like 7 to 10 days if I'm away for a week. So I'm sorry for that, but it's just how it is really. So I'm going to try a bit harder with that. I am away for a week in December, and I'm going to try and at least get a couple of videos pre-filmed to get those up while I'm away. But it isn't easy when you're working full-time, I'm not going to lie, to get everything fitted in. So I don't have a planning book or anything. I've watched Laura's video. She's got an amazing book of all stickers in it and all these plans of what she's going to do when. I don't even have a list of ideas. The ideas just come to me occasionally, or they're influenced by what new products I've bought. So if I've got new palettes coming, and I'll want to film with those, and I'll prioritise those, particularly if they're new things, because I know that's when people want to see them, is when they first come out. So I'll prioritise those things. So yeah, there's no sort of plan to what I do, I just do it. And that's kind of me in life. I'm not really too much of a list person these days. I used to be a lot more organised. Now I kind of just chill a bit more and just take it as it comes, I think. Okay, number 7 is, how do you feel about sponsored videos on YouTube? Have you, or would you do one on your channel? No, I've not done one. I'm not big enough. I've got 357 subscribers at the moment, which is amazing. I've been going for 9 months, and thank you so much to those of you that have subscribed and that have stuck around. Some of you from the very beginning that comment regularly, and I know that you're always going to be there supporting me. It means the absolute world to me. But no, I'm not big enough to get a sponsored video. And it's something I've grappled with in my mind, and I've discussed with a couple of my YouTube friends as well. And no shade to anyone that does it, but it's not right for me. I will never do a sponsored video there. I've said it on camera. I will never be paid, and I will never be bought by a brand to say anything on camera. I'm not in this for the money. I've never started my channel with the intention of making it a career. If I were to do this full time, it will be when I retire. I'm looking at taking early retirement at 55, and that's when I would make this my gig, but it wouldn't be to earn money from it. I would have enough money to support myself, and I'm not looking to make money from it, because I want to always be authentic. And I know that you can probably do a sponsored video with a brand that you absolutely love, and you can probably be honest. But I still think where there's money involved, and you know that you're perhaps not going to get a sponsorship with them again unless you say a certain thing, I still think it influences what you say. And I know this is going to divide opinion, and I know a lot of you will do sponsor content, and I'm happy for you guys that do it. I'm happy for you to make your coin from doing it. It's not what I want to do it for. So, you know, and there's room for everybody, and everybody wants different things from it. I think that's what I'm trying to say here. So for me, I will accept PR, but it's got to be from a brand that I would have used on my channel already, that I already love and respect. I wouldn't want to just show anything just to show it. So that's kind of how I feel about it, and I always want you guys to be able to trust me in what I'm saying. The other thing that I find really annoying about sponsored videos as well, there's a few people that I watch that do the Ebates rebate program, you know, where it's a browser extension and you can save money on certain products by having this browser extension attached. You know, it's just like cash back for when you spend. But because I follow those people and subscribe to them, I've seen that spiel sometimes 4 or 5 times, and I'm like, we know you shop there, so I know that this now is sponsored, and that it is, when they say in partnership, it's sponsored, you're being paid to say it. I just skip all the way through those parts. And the same with adverts really. For my friends, I'll watch ads, you know, where videos are monetized for my friends that I support on YouTube, but for everyone else, just find adverts a total pain, and it cuts the connection between my device and my TV, so then I have to try and reconnect it, and sometimes I just don't bother, and then I just don't watch the rest of the videos. So for me and how I watch YouTube, I like the monetization side of it in the videos. So that's just my opinion on it. I know it's not going to be everybody's, but just being honest. Okay, so number 8 then. What do you think is the biggest challenge of doing YouTube part-time? I think I've covered it already. It is time and having the energy to do things. So time-wise, just fitting things in, and maybe like I've got the time to do something, but then I want to do like a neon eye look because I've got a new palette, and then I'm thinking I'm going to work today, I've got meetings. Like, I do push the boundaries of what's acceptable eye makeup for work, and nobody ever bats an eyelid anymore. They're kind of used to me, but I wouldn't feel mega comfortable sitting in a meeting with like bright neon eyeshadow on and a black lipstick or something. So I have done it, but I don't always feel particularly comfortable doing that. So then by the time I've got some time to film at the weekend, I've seen like, you know, 10 other videos go up in that time frame. So I think that's one of the challenges, is getting things up quickly enough and making them relevant enough when you've got limited time to film. And yeah, I'd just like to be able to put out more content, have more time to think it through, maybe have time to do that sort of planning so that I could get a proper schedule, and I could say to you guys, right, on a Monday we're going to do this, on a Wednesday we're going to do that. But I just never know if I'm going to have the time or energy to do that. So I think that's one of the biggest challenges. But is YouTube rewarding? Absolutely. I wouldn't want it any other way. I absolutely love doing it. And at times, you know, I can think to myself, my channel's not grown hugely in the 9 months, and comparison is the thief of joy. Of course, I've watched lots of people, you know, overtake me, if that's the word to use, in terms of their engagement and their numbers. But as long as I'm enjoying it and you guys are enjoying it, then that's all that matters to me. And I think I was doing my makeup anyway, I was buying all of this makeup anyway, and I just love being able to inspire you. And if I'm inspiring just one person to pick up their makeup brushes and use a palette with some colour in it and just rock it and show people that you can wear colour and colour is acceptable to wear on a daily basis, then my job here is done. So if this is the first video of mine that you've watched, please consider subscribing, please hit that like button. I'd love to have you as part of my little gang here. If you're one of my long-time supporters, thank you so much. I love you guys. But that's all for this tag. Really enjoyed filming it actually. I've not done a chatty one in a long time that's not involved putting makeup on, and it's nice just to be able to talk. So absolutely love doing it. If you've got a channel, I tag you. I'd love to see some more answers on this one for any of you that do this as a part-time gig. We need to support each other, and I'd love to know how you guys manage your channels. But that's it for me for this one. So I'll catch you in the next video, guys. Bye.